Mr. Parlett, any comments on manager's recommendations?
Yes, Mayor, I do. I would like to make a couple of comments. First, on the routine items on the printed calendar, we have a contract modification with Axon Enterprises. That is the company that we were in the middle of a contract with for replacement and upgrade of our in-car cameras in our police cruiser. Given that we were in the middle of a contract and given the work of the reform groups and the recommendation to add body worn cameras, we thought it best to expediently work with our current vendor to do that. Additionally, this contract proposes to upgrade the platform, the database platform from which we're currently operating. We've had some concerns and some issues with body mics and some other things on the current platform, so upgrading proposes to alleviate some of those issues. And I presume that we have some other comments on that item as well.
Madam Mayor, as the chair, co-chair, along with the State Representative Blackshear of that Use of Force Committee, this is one of the earlier recommendations that we have made to the commission. And it's one that comes with a lot of thought and consternation, because as you know very well, a lot of the issues across the nation that are stemming from use of force incidents where we have citizens who are sometimes unarmed, moving away, who are unfortunately killed or injured. And this was one of the things that our committee felt very strongly about, in terms of wanting to make sure that we had a record so we could maximize the trust between the police officers and members of the community about what actually happened during that particular encounter. So again, we strongly support this. And I just wanted to add that little bit of information to you as well. And I think the timing is right also because of the financial benefit that we have with this process.
Thank you. I know Commissioner Joseph has some comments as well, so go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that. Thank you, colleagues. As we look at this legislation this evening to enable the purchase of body-worn cameras for police, I wanted to give residents sort of an update on some related work that we're doing. As we consider how surveillance technology can benefit our processes, we also want to review what the introduction of new technologies can mean for privacy, and particularly how that data is collected and secured. I know a lot of folks are concerned with that. We are certainly too. As we went through this process over the last few months of starting to consider this, I just want to particularly thank Commissioner Shaw, among my colleagues, for spending the time to look at this. Collaborating with him is always a pleasure. I appreciate it, Commissioner Shaw. This commission recognizes there are valid concerns about privacy and data. And we're working, especially concerning new technologies, we're working to mitigate it in 3 ways, particularly. First, we're working with ABLE, Latinos Unidos, and some other community groups to write and pass legislation that clearly defines how surveillance technology can be purchased, brings responsibility for approval for that technology to the commission, and also helps us do a better job of tracking use and effects of the technology over time. So that's the first thing. The second way we're going to mitigate it is we're strengthening our rules around data collected by this technology and all data we have to make sure that it's not shared with anyone inappropriately. Third, we want to do a better job of communicating with our residents about potential new technologies that we're considering. Over the next few months, we will be working with our neighborhood presidents, their neighborhood groups, along with other concerned groups and residents to build a process of notification, education, and feedback when we consider using a new surveillance technology. Due to the excellent work of Commissioner Mims' police reform group that we just mentioned, body cams have received a very thorough vetting by a wide cross-section of the community and are widely approved of. So that's why we're moving ahead. And I do want to mention that a second component of tonight's purchase are additional tools that are included with that upgrade needed to utilize body-worn cameras, including license plate readers for police. These will still need to go through the public notification and comment process before they're placed into service. We've worked with a number of concerned groups in the community. Due to the urgency of getting body cams into use, these groups have agreed to move forward with the combined purchase body cams and license plate readers as we build and complete the public vetting process over the next few months. So I want to thank our police, our staff, particularly law, and our partners at ABLE and the organizations that they are communicating with and coordinating with, and other community groups for the fruitful discussions over the last few weeks, particularly that led to this plan moving forward. I look forward to getting these pieces put into place to ensure more accountability and more transparency on the use of these technologies and enabling their safe use to make life better for all of our neighbors and all of our neighborhoods. So colleagues, I would appreciate your support on this. And Mayor, thank you for the time.
Thank you. Commissioner Shaw, any comments on this? This is a big deal.
I do also want to thank you, Commissioner Joseph, for the very hard work that you've been doing in this space, working with our fellow citizens that have some significant concerns about the use of technology in this way. And you've been able to kind of ameliorate their fears, I think, put out very valuable, true information to kind of move this process forward. It's always great to work with the community in this way. We kind of are able to focus in on things that we've already been thinking about, considering, but to put more formal processes in to build trust in the community. And there's just no getting around that. We want to be able to be transparent through this process and the processes that we are forming. We're going to be able to do that. And I just want to thank you and the law staff in particular for doing this work. It's important, and we're going to continue to do this as we go forward. Thank you.
Yep.
You're
Commissioner
muted.
Fairchild? Oh, you're muted too. We're both muted.
Sorry, no, I think commissioners have shared my concerns and also the information I've had. So thank you. And thanks for the good work, guys. Yep.
Yeah, I want to just commend you, Commissioner Mims, for your great leadership on your use of force committee, Commissioner Joseph, for really leading with Shaw on this technology committee and taking it. I think, you know, we're trying to move quickly, but also thoughtfully. And I know the commission has led great through this and super pleased with it. So I know we have some more work to do, but it's coming along. So
Yep.
Any other
I was gonna say
comments?
that-
Oh, sure, Commissioner Mims.
Yes, just in jest, Commissioner Shaw in the technology committee is sort of an oxymoron, but we accept that. Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioners, the only other thing I'll add on this topic was that I've been provided 100% certainty that the LPR feature from the in-car camera can be deactivated and will be until such time as this process takes place and we have approved recommendations from the City Commission.